Hey, fourth grade. I hope you all had a great Easter weekend, and I miss you still, but I hope that you're able to join us on Wednesday for our Zoom call. If your parent hasn't already talked to you about that, would you have a conversation with them? And then have your parent email me whether you're able to be there or not. Okay, kiddos. For English today, we're going to be in lesson 125, and we're doing pages 245 and 246. And if you could grab those, we're actually going to work through the entire assignment together today. I felt like it was a good day to do that. Usually we do the guided practice together in class and then you do the back, but we're going to do the whole thing today together. Now, today's assignment is kind of a review of something we've done earlier this year, where we're adding endings to words like great, greater, greatest. But we're doing that because these words that we're adding these endings to are adverbs and adjectives, which is what we've been talking about together for the last week or so. So if you can get page 245, and then we're going to start down here on the little board together today. Okay, so the first word on page 245 is funny. So we need to change that to funnier and funniest. And so remember that sometimes when a word ends with Y, we need to change the Y to I and then add the ending. So that's funnier and funny, F-U-N-N-I-E-S-T, funniest. Okay, the next word is slow. So before I show you, what do you think, how are we going to spell slower and slowest? See, there we go. Slower and slowest, and slower and slowest are going to be adverbs describing how somebody is walking or running or how a turtle is moving. Okay, the next one is cool. Go ahead and try to figure out how those would be spelled. How are we going to add those endings? Cooler and coolest. Okay, very good. Do you want to sit in your chair for a second? I'm going to get on the floor. Okay, so let's look at the sentences here. We need to choose the best word here, the correct adverb or adjective. So sentence 4 says, the red racer snake moves the what of any desert snake? Moves the fastest, because we're comparing more than two. It's any desert snake. 5 says, the temperature in desert regions is what than in mountain regions. So we're comparing desert regions and mountain regions. We're comparing two things. So here we'd be hotter. Okay, 6 says, the cactus is a sturdier... I told you the answer. I just told you the answer. Okay, the cactus is a what plant than the pine tree because it stores water. So it's comparing two things. So we're adding the I-E-R ending. We're changing the Y to an I and adding E-R. Okay, let's look at 7. A dingo is a what desert animal than an armadillo lizard? So it's comparing two things. So loud becomes what when we're comparing two things? Loud becomes louder. Okay, our last one is fast. The road runner runs the fast of any bird in the desert. So it's comparing more than two. So fast becomes fastest. Ooh. Fastest. Okay, kiddos, turn your page over. Okay, let's see here. We're going to add ER and EST to each of these words, okay? And as we go, I wish we were together so I could be calling on you, and I could say, go ahead and work ahead, but when I call on you, I want you to be with me. When we add ER to great, it becomes greater. When we add EST, greatest. Greatest. Rainy, it ends in a Y, so we need to change the Y to I. and add ER for rainier. Change the Y to I and add EST for rainiest. Now, big. Big is a special rule too. Big is one of those where we add another consonant and then the ending. Bigger. So how do you think we're going to spell biggest? We have to add an extra consonant, EST. Okay. High becomes higher and highest. Late becomes later and latest. Okay, kiddos, while I read these sentences, I want you to think about how many things we're comparing. If we're comparing two, we're always going to choose our ER ending. If we're comparing more than two, we're going to go for EST. 6. The camel is blank than a horse. How many things are being compared? 2. So we're going to go with our ER. 7. Camels can survive blank without drinking water than people. So we're comparing two things. We're comparing camels and we're comparing people. So camels can survive longer. 8. No animal can travel blank than a camel in the desert. No animal can travel farther. 9. Camels are blank than donkeys. That's two things. Camels versus donkeys, and they're stronger. 10. Camels' heads are blank than most animals. Camels' heads are higher than most animals. Okay, let's look at 11. It is what for a camel to walk on sand than for a horse. Here we'd use easier. This ends in a Y, so think about what I need to do here. Easier. Okay, 12. Camels have the thickest, I just told you the answer. Camels have the what eyelashes of all desert animals. Okay, so we're comparing camels to all desert animals, so it's thickest. And 13, camels drink the blank of any mammal. Camels versus all mammals, fastest. Okay, kiddos. Nice work today. I hope this was a good review for you. And I hope that you understood it. If you didn't, shoot me an email or have your parents send me a text and we'll chat about it. And you have no English homework today. Don't worry about the apply and write, and I will see you tomorrow.